Call me Silver Sable. Now, I believe you have something for my father.
Hey everyone, Rich here. I sort of thought I'd bring back a series I used to do called Unlocking Key Issues, where I sort of just grab key issues with first appearances and I open up and look at them with you all. Point out some interesting things about the story or about the book in general. There's been a lot of market-related comic videos, and I kind of wanted to do something a little more comic-centric or comic-focused. So this sort of came to mind. So today we're going to be looking at this right here, Amazing Spider-Man 265, first appearance of Silver Sable. It's from June of 1985 and also has appearance of this character right here, Black Fox. It's kind of unfortunate the cover of the story doesn't have any reference to Silver Sable. Probably be a more valuable book if it had, but that's kind of beside the point. Let's sort of just get into it. So the story kind of opens up with the results of a jewel heist, if you will. Black Fox is saying that this is going to be his last heist and he wants to retire, but he gets raided by police officers and has to go on the run right away. And it sort of quickly changes gear and these new folks are going after him. And you see the first mention of Silver Sable International. They're basically trying to hunt him down and shoot at him. They make the distinction that they're using mercy bullets so that he won't die, but they're still being kind of brutal about it. Nice little ad. And then you have some recap from past issues. Harry Osborn had his son, and Peter and MJ are sort of just visiting. We get back to the story. Peter doesn't want to stick around, that bad feelings about not being with MJ anymore, and what have you. And he sort of comes across Black Fox getting shot at and sort of assumes Black Fox is the victim of this, and he goes in, swoops in to try to save him. Unfortunately for him, he realizes that Silver Sable International is actually working with the police, and that he's kind of goofed up, and that they actually lecture him. It says right here that he really sort of messed up and botched that plan, but he makes jokes about not caring because they don't particularly like him to begin with. So yeah, and then we got some more ads. And this is actually the first time we see Silver Sable. Her face is in darkness, and she's actually training. Yeah, and there's just sort of mentioning their failure in capturing Black Fox. This is actually kind of a funny scene. She sort of comments that she accidentally shattered the guy's knee during training. No remorse for the guy, just said that it's going to suck for her insurance. So that's kind of funny. But yeah, I got to show her just, there she is in all her glory. And then a woman attacks her. They find out that she's not actually part of the posse there. She doesn't belong, and someone's trying to assassinate her, more or less. Doesn't really show up again in the story, but it's sort of an interesting little sidebar. Then we have sort of some Aunt May stuff. She's sort of regretting a fallout she had with Peter about him dropping out of graduate school, and stuff like that. There's kind of a funny scene where they're trying to call each other, but because they're both trying to call each other at the same time, they're getting busy signal, and they think each other's ignoring each other, and stuff like that. We actually get a shot of the black suit here. Peter decides to wear his black suit. This is the black suit that Black Cat made him, not the symbiote suit. And he feels awkward about wearing it. He says as such several times in the story, wondering if people will recognize him as Spider-Man with a black suit, not having the classic red and blue, if you will. And yeah, there's commotion, and Spidey comes across Black Fox again. Black Fox is actually being hunted out after by Silver Sable. Here she is in robes, because she went and sat in the jacuzzi in a previous issue, but they didn't show that. Or a previous page, but they didn't show that. But it's just a slight reference. But yeah. So, here we go. Mercy bullets again. Spidey saves Black Fox. And he's talking about sending him off to jail. But side note, this is actually kind of an interesting page. It's basically a section you could buy near mint books for. Back issues. And there's just some interesting stuff on it. Down here you can see that you can get Batman 100 through 150 for $3.50 each, or Batman 151 through 200 for $2.50 each. Would have been nice to have those options today. Up here, they have a near mint copy of X-Men 94 and Giant Size X-Men 1 for $95. So yeah, just kind of crazy. Those would be thousands of dollars nowadays. So yeah. Anyway, back to the story. So they're sort of talking, and Black Fox basically mentions that he wanted to get out of the business and go back to his family. Spidey, who's had sort of a turbulent times with his family, fallout with Aunt May, not being with MJ anymore and still having feelings for her, sort of has a soft spot and decides he's going to help him get away, which is really questionable considering that the people trying to get him are actually working with the police. So yeah. More ads. So here he is fighting off the Sable International people, or Silver Sable International people, and basically aiding and abetting. This is part where Black Fox is actually getting away. He pulls into his pocket to show the jewels that he was supposedly stole, but Spidey had swiped it and left a business card. Kind of funny. And then you see Spidey talking to Silver Sable. Silver Sable is basically saying she's going to sue him. She's pissed off. Why he would help a criminal, what have you. And he says he'll give you the jewels if you let him off scot-free. For whatever reason, she accepts this, doesn't question his motives or anything. Apparently, Spidey gets a get out of jail free card there. And here's the final issue page of it. Peter and Aunt May actually meet up again, and they have sort of a touching moment where they acknowledge they've missed each other and their sort of forgiveness. So yeah, that's basically all there is in this issue. One thing I wanted to show you that I forgot to point out is there's an ad for a comic convention right here from March 16th and 17th of 1985. Yeah, just think something cool. So yeah, there's this issue. Amazing Spider-Man 265. Hope you guys enjoyed. It'd be cool to see something happen with this character, though she doesn't have a huge history. Lots of stuff in the 90s. But anyway, that's that. Hope you guys enjoyed. Take care.